We've been following Steven Universe's journey for 7 long, amazing years. He's been through more than we could have ever expected, but all journeys have to end at some point, and that's exactly what happened. Cartoon Network's beloved story-driven cartoon is officially over. Despite how you personally feel about Steven Universe, you can't deny the impact it's had on not just the world of animation, but the lives of so many people. This show was an outlet of acceptance and spreading positivity. It brought light into a world filled with darkness, and that's something that will never change. Anyway, enough with the sentimental stuff. Today we're going to be taking a look at the very end of Steven Universe's future, and we're also going to speculate about what comes next. Spoilers ahead, so consider yourself warned. Phew, okay. That last batch of episodes was a pretty wild ride, to say the least. But in the final episode of the entire franchise known as Steven Universe, we got to take a peek at the future. It took place a few months after the events of Steven's corruption almost destroying Beach City, and he's been cooling down for a while to figure out what he really wants to do in life. It's no surprise that this finale had a little time skip of its own, because you can't just jump into the next day acting like things are normal. Steven has a personal plan to leave town to go on his own adventure, figuring out his identity away from everyone else.
I think maybe Cookie Cat had run out of ways to grow on his home planet. And even though it must have been hard, and he loved his family so much, maybe he had to leave to keep moving forward.
The entirety of these final 11 minutes is dedicated to him saying his goodbyes around town, which was bittersweet. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of felt like this was breaking the fourth wall in a way. As Steven talked to the characters we've watched grow for so many years and expressed his final messages to them, it felt like he was also talking to the audience. We know that when Steven leaves, the show is over, but he realizes that things are going to be okay. He reassures everyone, including us, that this really will be a happy journey for him. In the last few moments of the episode, Steven shares a tearful farewell with his family and heads off into the unknown, driving alone to begin his long journey of self-discovery. He looks at Beach City with a smile, seeing the residents and the incredible town he lived his life in. He knows it's time to say goodbye, and so he drives off into the distance, which is the last of him we'll ever see. Before I watched the finale, I thought an ending like this made a lot of sense, especially when Steven's alone. It seems like he needs more time to find out who he really is and explore the world outside of Beach City. While it was pretty predictable to see him leave, there's still so many places he can go. At this point, you might be asking, what exactly will happen next in the world of Steven Universe? The show's final episode may have aired, but these characters still have a future of their own. On his long journey, I think Steven will discover brand new places while visiting old friends and reuniting with everyone from his past. He will learn more lessons about himself, and luckily he's continuing therapy sessions because we all know he needs those. His perspective on the world has changed since the very beginning of this limited epilogue series, and that's a pretty good sign of some awesome character development. Now that he's heading into the unknown with a smile, he can continue to forge his own path. The show's final episode aired, but does that mean this is the ultimate end of Steven Universe? Is there any chance at all for us to see Steven and the Crystal Gems ever again? Well, Rebecca Sugar recently said herself that comics continuing the story were off the table. She hasn't mentioned any way for a return to this world right now, but she does still have interest in exploring the characters. Whether that be in a few years in a video game or a book or something, we really can't know for sure. If she ever does decide to make something new in the world of Steven Universe, it'll definitely focus on Steven's road trip adventure. With an ending like this that's open to interpretation, there are countless things that can happen outside of Beach City, and it'd be interesting to see where he goes. But if this is actually the last we'll ever see, then that's completely fine. I think everything was wrapped up really well, and I'm satisfied with the direction they went for the last episode. Thank you to Rebecca Sugar and anyone who's ever helped make this series, because all of you made something incredible. But let's turn the discussion over to you guys, the viewers, the fans, the people who made Steven Universe popular. Now that Steven Universe is done, what were your thoughts on the ending? Did it live up to your expectations? Or would you say there are better ways of closing the story? Let's talk in the comments! But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.